What's up everybody, King of Fomo here, coming at you with your daily crypto update. In this video today, we're going to be talking about the Arbitrum mainnet. It is on fire right now, and honestly, I think it's a very early point to get into a lot of the different types of tokens and smart contracts and farms that are going to be coming up on here. I think that since it's got about close to $2 billion worth of Ethereum and other coins on the mainnet already, this is kind of clearly going to be the place where the majority of people are going to put their Ethereum and their smart contracts just to avoid the crazy gas fees on Ethereum. I think this is going to be good for a lot of other things as well, so we'll talk about all that stuff in the video, and we'll talk particularly about two projects, the honeypot.finance and ArbiNyan, and a few other things as well. As far as what you can do with your Arbitrum-based Ethereum, USDC, etc., etc. Before I get into that, though, guys, make sure you go over to my Patreon if you're neck deep into this crypto stuff. You have 2 levels to choose from. Both of those levels are going to get you my videos at least 2 to 3 days earlier than everybody else here on YouTube, and it'll also give you access to my Discord community where I'm talking about all this stuff before I make videos. In fact, there's one particular coin or one particular project that is going to be launching soon that I'm talking about in that Discord, and we're also talking about NFTs and other stuff that I'm not 100% qualified to make videos about. So we'll get into all that. If you guys are interested, the Patreon is there, and I'll remind you of that at the end of the video. So, like I said before, these smart contracts on the Arbitrum blockchain are insane. Particularly one of the ones that's going crazy right now is ArbiNyan, and you guys know memes, even though they're designed to really not work, we know from experience from Dogecoin and from a lot of these other meme tokens, they end up pulling in lots and lots of money for no reason whatsoever. And ArbiNyan is definitely the case in this scenario. So ArbiNyan is currently worth $1.4 or $1.41. And I think that's up. We have some charts here to look at right here. So this is the ArbiNyan chart. It hit a high of about $7.04. This was on the 11th, so about 3 days ago. It dumped pretty hard, and ever since it's been hovering at about close to about $1 to $2. And one of the main reasons why it's so crazy, even though that chart doesn't really look super attractive to a lot of people, that's a huge dump. But the reasons why this is so crazy is because the total value locked in ArbiNyan right now is $1.5 billion in Ethereum. That's almost 0.5% of all of the Ethereum in existence. So that is pretty insane. And it reminds me of the days when we had YAM first released, the beginning days of those yield farming contracts. You had astronomical amounts of money going there. It's the same case with Arbitrum and these kind of first mover advantage type of farms like this. Now, full disclosure, these both are unapologetically meme coins. If you look at the the white papers in the back end of both of these projects, they're not projects that are touting to have a big roadmap and going to plan a giant DEX or anything like that. But like I said before, we've seen meme coins like Dogecoin do extremely well for no reason whatsoever. And I think that these coins definitely have the potential to do that, or at least get people started on the Arbitrum network before we start seeing some of the more well-known Ethereum projects migrate over to Arbitrum, and before we start seeing some other projects try to capitalize and build off of Arbitrum from new. So keep that in mind. So right now, like I said, $1.46 for the Nyan token, but I'm more focused on the honeypot token because this developer is claiming to try to build a DEX a little bit more than ArbiNyan. At the same time, they're both really talking about how the days of old where we had YAM and we had all those other kind of farming tokens just start up, they're trying to recapture that hype, and honestly it's working out pretty well for both of them. So honeypot is doing the same thing and potentially going to be building a DEX over time. So let's take a look at the farms and the APY for both of these things. So if we take a look at the APY for ArbiNyan, you're looking at about 3 1,877% per year. And the same with ETH. If you're depositing ETH in here, then that's a free 34% per year from doing your deposits. Now, again, you do have to keep in mind, I'm not advocating for these things being 100% safe, but when you have $1 billion worth of funds being put into the project, you can bet that it's probably fairly safe from rugs. You know, and you can follow up on that on the Telegram, the Discord, the Twitter community to see kind of what's going on with the contract. In fact, I highly suggest that you do that with everything you jump into, because one of the things about Arbitrum is there's a lot of people saying that there have been many scams, and I mean, those types of scams are sort of easy to avoid if you just look into it a little bit. So make sure you do look into it a little bit if you're going to put money into any of this stuff whatsoever. And then over here on the honeypot, you have multiple different farms. Now, what I like about the honeypot.finance is the majority of, I think all of their farms actually include the honey token, whereas with ArbiNyan, I mean, you have $1 billion worth of Ethereum in the Ethereum pool, because there's pretty much no risk. You're getting free Nyan tokens for that, free to hold or free to dump, and then you have your riskier pools that are paying out a little bit more with the Nyan token attached to that. With the honeypot, you don't have the risk-free pools like just Ethereum or just anything else like that. They do have single pools that are going to be coming along here soon, but as of right now, they have honey tied to all of their pools. Now, what that's going to do is that's going to support the price of honey, because you have to have honey in order to farm anything on here. And the APY in this project is rather good as well, 1,000% for the majority of your different farms. So that's nice to see. However, risk is definitely higher as well. We can take a look at the charts for both of these. We looked at ArbiNyan a little bit earlier. Now, I do expect, since this token has a lot of buzz around it, I don't think that ArbiNyan's going to die anytime soon, just kind of like Dogecoin. Not supposed to live for that long, but it really surprised people just because it had the momentum of the community. And I think that this is the honey tokens chart. Again, same deal here. You had a huge run up. I think this is around the 11th or the 12th, and then a giant dump right after that. You know, both of them kind of dumped at the same time. And now people are starting to see Arbitrum for what it is and starting to move into the ecosystem in mass. So I think that the honey token definitely has room to grow here. We look at the all-time high for this. All-time high was at about 55 cents. And now it's hovering at about close to maybe 2.5 to 3 cents. Or I'm sorry, not 2.5, 25 to 30 cents right there. And that puts the honey market cap at, let me just get my calculator out. I did it right here. So if we look at the honey token, there's a total of about 12 million honey tokens, and at a price of about, I think I said 70 cents. I'm pretty sure this is at 70 cents. Well, we can check. Let's check in SushiSwap right now to see what the token is. Import honey, and we'll put in USDC. I'm not sure how accurate this is. I'm doing this kind of live for you guys. I think the last time I did this, my internet might not be there completely yet. About 7 cents altogether. So I'm not sure if this chart is accurate. One of the charts is not as accurate as it should be. But if we look at the market cap of the 7 cents of where honey is based on the trading price in SushiSwap, then you're looking at a market cap of about $840,000, which is very, very small compared to the $1 billion that is in the Arbitrum mainnet. So what I'm expecting is that one of these farms, or maybe a farm that's not even out right now, is going to do really, really well later as it captures the Ethereum coming into the ecosystem from people looking to find something to do with their Ethereum. And I think that the honeypot definitely has a chance to capture the same kind of feeling that back when we had SushiSwap first come out, that kind of feeling. So I'm looking forward to seeing what this can do. And again, you can put these market caps really, really high, potentially if they really start to develop things over time, or even if they don't, and they're kind of the first mover advantage, then you have that going for it too. So some websites to check out if you're looking at Arbitrum tokens. Definitely sleuth around on Twitter, sleuth around on Telegram and Discord, and see if you can find new stuff before it pops out. And of course, my Discord as well. I'm talking about things that are coming out there too. You also have vfat.tools. They have all the farms on all the different blockchains. Usually it's not really up to date, but if you're looking for something that has come out in the past week or so, they usually have it on here for VFAT. And then you also can check the rb.info. You can see the name of the website up here. This is your chart right here. Now again, I'm not sure how accurate the charts are based on what we just looked at, but if you're looking for a charting system, this is pretty much one of the only ones that I have found on there. And like I said, you have things like Twitter as well. You can look for the Twitter pages and Arbiscan as well. So that pretty much covers it. I just wanted to cover Arbitrum coins in the first place and let you guys know kind of what is happening behind the scenes. And of course, I'm going to be making more videos about this if I see something new up and coming that I'm going to try and make a quick buck off of. But this is something that, like, all this stuff, and I talked about this many times on the channel before, is time sensitive. So if you are watching my videos on YouTube and I'm releasing them 2 and 3 days later after everyone else, it might be too late. It might be the perfect time, or it might be, or it might be somewhere in between in terms of getting into this thing. But generally, the earlier the better when you're looking at coins like this. And if you want to get this up as early as possible, definitely head on over to that Patreon, select level, and I'll have all of my videos out on there, and the Discord community as well. So that is everything for today. Keep up to date on this. Don't sleep on Arbitrum at all. Like I said, because of gas fees, it's just a given. Contract creators, people in general, are going to move a lot of their Ethereum over to Arbitrum, and the gas fees are not like super cheap like Polygon. You're still paying dollars, like $3 to $5 per transaction, but you're not paying $60 to $90 per transaction, which is a huge deal. And on top of that, like, it's going to reduce the gas fees on Ethereum, and I think that it's going to help layer 2 solutions as well. So we're going to see a lot happening over the next couple weeks as Arbitrum continues to grow, and as we see Cardano get out there. There's just going to be a lot of news to catch up on. So keep your eyes glued to crypto in the next couple of weeks, I say month or so, because this stuff, it's going to go fast. It's going to pass you by really quickly too. Same thing with NFTs coming over here. It's going to be a lot of stuff in the horizons. This Arbitrum is not going anywhere anytime soon, guys. Anyway, that is everything for today. Check out the honeypot.finance. They do have a Telegram or Discord. I think if you go on their Twitter page, they link you to their Telegram. And same with ArbiNyan. I think they have a Discord over there. So that is everything for today, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Head on over to my Patreon if you want to support the channel and get this stuff early. Peace out.